a city of commerce, a citadel of faith, a kingdom of tradition. Kano, in northern Nigeria, has been a crossroads of cultures for 1,000 years. But in the 20th century, it faced its greatest test, the tide of colonialism and the dawn of a new world. Guiding the city through this tumultuous era was a man who was both a pillar of the old ways and an architect of the new, a prince who became a bridge. This is the story of Emir Abdullahi Bayero. Abdullahi Bayero was born in 1881 into the Ibrahim Dabo dynasty, which had ruled the Kano Emirate for nearly a century. His father was Emir Abbas, and his uncle, Emir Usman, who preceded him on the throne. As a royal prince, his education was of paramount importance. The palace was not just a political center, it was an intellectual one. Young Abdullahi has been schooled in the Quran, Islamic jurisprudence, Arabic literature, and statecraft by the most renowned scholars of the day. This formed his core identity as a Muslim leader first and foremost. Before becoming emir, he served as the Chiroma, a senior title most favored heir apparent, and the district head of Bichi. In these roles, he didn't just administer, he immersed himself in the company of the ulama, the Islamic scholars. This close association would define his entire reign. When the British consolidated their rule, they implemented an indirect rule system, governing through traditional institutions. In 1914, they appointed the capable Chiroma, Abdullahi Bayero, as the head of the home districts. This was a critical apprenticeship, forcing him to navigate the delicate balance between colonial demands and the needs of his people. In April 1926, following the death of his uncle, Emir Usman, the kingmakers chose Abdullahi Bayero as the new Sarkin Kano. He was formally installed on February 14, 1927. At 46, he was the most experienced contender, known for his honesty and administrative skill. His first acts solidified his authority and vision. He appointed his sons to key positions, but also his brothers, balancing family loyalty with capable governance. In a bold move that aligned with British policy, but also a deeper Islamic reformist impulse, he reduced the power of the palace slave officials, the Chuchanawa, and freed other royal slaves. This wasn't just pandering to the British. It was a strategic modernization of the Emirates administration. By delegating power to his counselors and breaking up old, entrenched power blocks, he centralized his own authority and created a more efficient, modern government structure. Emir Abdullahi Bayero's most enduring legacy lies in education. In 1929, he and his lifelong friend and guide, Sheikh Suleiman, established the Shahuchi Judicial School. This was revolutionary. It was the first institution in Nigeria designed to formally train Islamic judges, the alkalis, in a structured academic setting. It was a direct response to the colonial legal system, an effort to professionalize and preserve Islamic law. This school, nurtured by his Waziri Gidado, would evolve into the famous School for Arabic Studies, a cradle for generations of northern Nigeria's elite. His faith was personal and transformative.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد.
In 1937, he became the first emir of Kano to perform the Hajj. It was a pilgrimage that would change Kano's spiritual landscape. In Mecca, he met the influential Senegalese Sufi leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Inyas. Bayero and his brother, Galadima Abdul Qadir, became his devoted followers, cementing the Tijaniya Sufi order, particularly the Inyas branch, as a major religious force in Kano. Inspired by the grand mosques of Egypt he visited on his return, he embarked on an ambitious project, building the new Central Mosque of Kano. Completed in the early 1950s, it was the first of its scale in West Africa and remains a breathtaking landmark physical manifestation of his piety and vision. Bayero understood that sovereignty required economic self-sufficiency. He actively encouraged commerce and industry, patronizing ventures like the Gwamaja textile mills, the first modern textile factory in West Africa, by the Kano Citizens Trading Company. And supporting indigenous entrepreneurs like the legendary merchant Alhaji Alhassan Dantada and the likes of Alhaji Tijani Usman, who were shareholders and board members of the company. His council oversaw massive infrastructural projects. A modern waterworks, the Panshakara 15-megawatt thermal-powered electric station, bringing light to the city, and the city hospital. His most iconic achievement was the establishment of Rumfa College. Initially founded as a middle school, it soon evolved into an incubator for the nation's future leaders. The college educated figures who'd eventually rise to the highest offices, including General Murtala Muhammad, celebrated as a national hero, and General Sani Abacha. Their legacy stands as a testament to Bayero's foresight in establishing institutions capable of shaping the nation's future leaders. But his reign was not without challenge. In 1950, the Northern Elements Progressive Union, NEPU, was formed in Kano.
We demand freedom for the common man. Vote NEPU for change.
It was a radical party that attacked both colonial rule and the traditional aristocracy, which they saw as complicit. This was the ultimate test of Bayero's character. His palace officials and senior ulama were outraged. They declared the NEPU members as seditious and, in their view, not good Muslims. They advised the emir to impose the harshest punishments. But the emir, a man of profound patience, refused. He reportedly stated, "We must have done something wrong for these young men to challenge us." He allowed the dissent, understanding that the old order had to adapt to survive. Despite his power, Abdullahi Bayero was famously humble. He was known to sew his own clothes and was deeply caring towards his junior staff, as shown when he personally gifted a house to his driver, Inua. He never compromised his Islamic convictions, yet his progressive ideas paved the way for modern Kano. He died on December 23, 1953, mourned by his people. His son Muhammad Sanusi, whom he had appointed Chiroma, would succeed him, and later his own grandson, the current emir, Muhammad Sanusi II, would continue his lineage. Abdullahi Bayero was the perfect bridge figure. He was deeply traditional, a product of the palace and Islamic scholarship. Yet he had the foresight to see that tradition must not be static. He built the physical and intellectual infrastructure that allowed Kano to enter the modern world without losing its soul. He was a modern traditionalist, a ruler who built with brick and mortar, but also with faith, knowledge, and an unwavering sense of justice. Emir Abdullahi Bayero ensured that as Kano stepped into the future, it did so on its own terms.
لا